Welcome to the postgame show following a 71-45 Buffalo Bulls victory over the Miami Redhawks. The Bulls improved to 11-1 on the season, but most importantly, 1-0 on the season in the MAC. And we welcome in Felicia Leggett, the Bulls head coach. Congratulations on another big victory. What was the challenge coming into this game with the rather unusual 3 games in 3 days? How did you approach it, and did it fall the way that you hoped it would?
First, I would like to say a Happy New Year to my President Tripathi, and our AD, Alan Green, and all the things that they did to allow that to happen. We wanted to play 3 games in a row like this because we know what the magic happens in March, but we have to be prepared for it. So it was a challenge to do it. We got 2 out of the 3. We wanted 3 out of the 3, but it is what it is. Our kids are focused. They knew that we gave that Harvard game away to a great team, and they came back with such fire. I just really respect what we're trying to do here.
4 minutes to go in the second quarter. You're up by 1 point, 24-23. From that point on, you end on a 10-0 run. You come out in the third quarter and go on a 19-9 run. So 29-9, even I could do that kind of math. What changed? What happened in that sequence?
Our team is 14 deep, and we had to change our clientele out there. We put Courtney in. Stephanie went faster. Instead of slowing it down, we went a little bit faster, and we pursued the old boards. That's going to be important moving through the conference. And whoever wins the old board race, that's the team that's usually going to win this year. We're
going to talk to Stephanie Reed, our player in the game, in a moment, but an amazing 28 assists in the last 3 games, another 10 here today. She was a big part of those runs that we talked about. In what ways did she take this game over?
Well, Coach Cherie's been talking with Stephanie about playing the game a little bit faster, although in her head she likes to manage the entire game. And we said we're okay with turnovers. We want to find out how many assists you can attain. And so she's playing faster than she's comfortable with, but I think that we're going to catch her with that speed. She is just an unbelievable general. She definitely has the keys to our car, and how she goes is how we go.
All right, and the big lead in the second half gives you a chance to get a lot of players into the game. On Wuka and Shaddadi with career highs. What does that mean to you? How happy are you to hear that?
It means that what I've been saying, it bodes well, and it's the truth. We're not just 7 deep, 8 deep, 9 deep. We can go 13 strong, and the only reason we're not going 14 is because, CD can't play. But I like to bring kids in that's willing to play and willing to wait their turn. But when your time comes and the light is on, you have to shine. I thought Leica did a tremendous job. Tessie did a superb job. It just says we got more people added to the equation.
Pretty good 2016 for you. I know 2017 has the chance to be even better. Happy New Year to you.
To God be the glory. Happy New Year to you all.
Felicia Leggett, the Bulls head coach, following another big win here. And I mentioned that Stephanie Reed is our player of the game, and we welcome her in here. And there are the numbers, and 10 assists for the second consecutive game. At what point did you realize you had to take this game over a little, Stephanie?
I didn't really think at all that I had to take it over. I think that everyone really bought it today. I mean, I just try to assist the ball as well as possible, and when our teammates are making great shots, that just makes it so easy.
You played 40 minutes 2 games ago. I think you played 36 yesterday. You got a nice little break here today. Are you tired at all?
Oh, I'm not going to call it tired. The legs might be a little bit heavy, but, we train all year for this, so that's what we're made for. So the 3 games and 3 nights didn't really bother you at all? Not too much, I didn't think.
Point in the second quarter where it's a 1-point game, you guys go on the 9-0 run, and then you really dominate in the third quarter. What changed with the way that you guys were playing to lead you to those runs and this victory?
Our energy. We're an energy team, and we thrive off each other, and we are a team that's going to get on runs, and that's what we thrive off. And one person just has to bring it, and it's contagious, and that's something that we take pride in. So whether it was me, whether it was Joe, Catherine, anyone that was on, it was just whoever brought that energy, we just thrive off it and we ran with it.
All right. Is it already the new year in Australia? Where's the time? It is.
It was New Year at 8 a.m. this morning. I was getting texts and stuff from my friends back home, and I was like, what do you mean? Like,
all right.
No.
Well, then you are the only one who gets to claim 2017 is already off to a good start. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, Stephanie Reed, our player of the game. See, I knew she would know exactly when the whole New Year's thing fell. But this was pretty impressive, Amy. As much as we talked about maybe some concerns about this stretch stretch of 3 in 3 days. It didn't bother the Bulls at all, and they were dominant at points in the second and third quarter.
And it's interesting when conference play comes, you say, well, now the bench tightens up and now things get a little bit tighter, but it didn't happen for the Bulls tonight, and I think they're okay with that. They still went 13 deep. They had 44 points off the bench, and yes, the 10 assists for Stephanie Reed are awesome, but what I think the most exciting thing for her is she only had to play 23 minutes. And so yes, when you are looking down the line and you can win games with that margin and Stephanie Reed has to play 23 minutes for you, that's a big positive.
What jumped out at you about the way the Bulls played in this game? You know, as we show you some of the highlights, there was some dominant defense. They were very good on the boards towards the middle of the second quarter and beyond, and obviously Stephanie Reed's ability to distribute. They didn't necessarily shoot the ball great, but what jumped out at you most about this?
Again, it's just a balance, and you see Courtney Wilkins went in there and did some good things. Then you saw Ayoleka Shadade go in there and do some things. So, and then Teresa Onwuka. So it's so many different players have their moments to shine, and Joanna Smith still hasn't been Joanna Smith in the last couple games, and that's okay right now because they're still winning games.
All right, well, Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to Amy. Happy New Year to everybody as well. It's a 71-45 win for the Bulls. They're now 11-1 on the year, 1-0 in the MAC, 34-13 at home over the last 3 years. We thank you for joining us. We wish everybody out there a Happy New Year. Our next ESPN3 broadcast will be a men's game in the MAC against Ball State. That's on Saturday, January 14th at 2 o'clock. But until then, we wish everybody a great start to 2017. Another big win for the Bulls, 71-45 over Miami.